Hello, this is Kinky, otherwise known as Ball4981401 in the YouTube world. This is part 2 of my first LP series of Let's Play Blastermaster. Earlier we got to the boss store, and this is our way to making it to the boss. Pretty much, as you can see, I have max gun. I grinded that last video if you skipped ahead. Nothing really too much here, but a tricky thing I did find out though is that in the European version you can't do the grenade glitch, so I'm not gonna bother. It took me 3 tries to figure out that you can't do it. Adds a little bit of challenge to the game, so I'm not complaining. Anyway, there's a creature that you'll see more of in World 2. He just kind of shoots machine guns at you, and you'll hardly ever see those little floaty heads of doom anymore other than this part. They just tank a whole lot. The shiny P, it means that like if you're really hurt, because these things do hurt a lot, they'll heal you up into like 6 bars or something like that. They also, in like World 2 and a couple other places, they have one the same for gun as well, if you're behind in gun. Kind of as a way to say that, hey, you need to buff up a little bit. It's being forgiving. And here's our first boss. It's a giant brain. This, as you'll notice, my butt kind of gets whooped here because I'm still hoping that the grenade glitch works, but I give up on it. And I do it the old-fashioned way. Oddly enough, it doesn't do its fast hyperspeed like it does in the American version, but it still does glitch through the ends of the screen there. And the pattern is kind of simple to dodge once you wait a while. Once it starts getting way bigger again, you can come in and finish it off, and get your first part. But we're not done here yet. It also shows that, hey, you've got 2 lives still, so hey, we didn't lose a life. Now, what I didn't show earlier is that there's a gun over here. It spawns off and on. I'll come back and show you what I'm talking about. See, unlike the other room in part 1, some gun rooms don't constantly respawn. I'm guessing that because the other door is like one of the harder doors in the game to get to, they figured they'd just keep the gun spawn there. So, like, if you're a newbie or something, you can recharge your gun for the final sections and whatnot. I don't know. It's one of them weird quirks, I guess. But here we go, just to prove that it's not there. It's not there. Basically, the main policy is if it's in a gray block, just re-enter the door and you'll re-get the item. But if it's like a standard placement like it was there, it's a one-time use. And then I'll just pew pew, and then you'll notice that that's our new upgrade. We have a bigger gun. This isn't the biggest gun yet, but it's enough to get us through for most of the game, at least. But we'll have 1 grade higher. Unfortunately, the tank fails the water. If you really want to, what you can do is, once you get all the way up here to the top of the edge, and you kind of have a hard time jumping onto it, but yeah, if you dismount off that edge as a little guy, it's a little easier swim to get to, but since you're a little guy, you'll also kind of get hurt easier. I'm going to take a quick detour real quick on our way to the next world. You'll notice too that some of these monsters don't really hurt too much in this world. But you'll notice that that's our new nemesis, landmines. You'll see those more in World 2 and beyond. But you can just be a little guy and just pew pew and they're down. Anyway, the reason for the detour is this is the one item we failed to pick up in that grindy room. These are homing missiles. There won't be as much call for them, but there will be later on, maybe. About the only power I'd really use though is thunder. But I mean, you can use the other ones if you want to, and there's no reason not to. These respawn if you use the world doors, I believe. Not the little guy doors, but the world doors. You'll see what I'm talking about when I get to it. Kind of a tricky jump there. Not really tricky, but fiddling around. This guy tanks it if you come to him right away. So once you get your upgraded gun, he's easy. And you'll notice that our nemesis, the landmine, is back. Luckily, they're a bit forgiving in this set. Oh, this is also the mini screen. I was switching to Thunder. I'm showing that off a little bit. See how handy that is. You can press down and your shoot gun, and it'll pop off. And then I just drop down at a door. It's a little bit harder getting up than it is getting down. Lightning's really excellent for those little critters there who, if you're not used to the area or haven't played it in a while, they can really pwn your butt if you're not careful. The other guys are a little more forgiving for spawning power though, to make up for how difficult the little buggers are. The other method of getting rid of them besides thunder is a multi-missile from really, really far distance, or if you pop on as your little guy. Anyway, just do a little bit of exploring here. It's been a while since I've played Blaster Master, so you have to bear with me from getting lost. And I noticed it's kind of getting later in the video, so I figured I'd just take a little rest stop. I still kind of am bummed that Sigmatel doesn't work with Fraps, though. And what's even worse is that Fraps doesn't want to be compatible with the Windows Movie Maker. So I had to use the Hypercam version 2, and that made me have to use a really, really, really small screen for this game. So, unless I wanted to lag or whatnot. Luckily the little guys don't respawn, but I was kind of checking just in case for that. Like I said, the game can be forgiving at times. It's not as brutal as some people make it out to be. Anyway, from here, just go ahead and go in the store. Here's one of the upgraded versions of the other one. See, all those little balls can do up to 2 damage to you. That's why they hurt a lot. You don't want to be near that corridor as well. Long, and they camp almost every one of them. And I'm dealing with the little runts here so I don't get jumped and whatnot. If you go into the red, purpley stuff, pinky stuff of thing, it's supposed to represent lava though. They actually have a section about that in a novel that they had for this game. I read it like when I was in 4th grade or whatnot. And here's where we're going to take a rest stop for the next set of videos. Anyway, this is Kiki signing out. Thank you.